The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days. It dripped from rusted balconies and kissed the broken cobblestones, the city of Palermo weeping as if it too carried the weight of their love. Thunder growled in the distance like a warning too late. And beneath the dim halo of a street lamp, Nico Moretti waited with a cigarette burning like a slow fuse between his fingers. He was 23, beautiful in the way that fire is beautiful, unforgiving, dangerous, impossible to hold. The son of Giovanni Moretti, king of guns and shadows, Nico had grown up in the echo of gunfire and the silence that followed a body hitting the ground. Tonight he waited not for war, but for a girl who made even blood seem holy. Sofia. Sofia De Luca moved like a whispered sin through the mist, coat clinging to her as rain mapped her skin. Her boots splashed through puddles, but her eyes, those dusk, sweet eyes, never wavered from him. She was 21, De Luca royalty, daughter of the narcotics empire and the only daughter of a man who would rather burn her alive than see her kiss a Moretti. But kiss him she did, soft and sharp like the first taste of wine after a wound. "You're late," Nico murmured, though time bent whenever she was near. "I had to lose my shadow. My brother's getting clever." She smiled. It cut him. She always did. He reached for her hand. It trembled in his. Two heirs to blood-built empires, fingers entwined like ivy-choking marble. "I shouldn't want you," she whispered. "But you do," he said, low and steady, and she did. God, she did. 2 months earlier, they had danced beneath chandeliers, strangers in masks at a ball hosted by a neutral house. Their laughter had curled through the music before truth slapped the smiles from their faces. Moretti, De Luca, enemies, fated, fucked. They tried to stay away and failed every time. Tonight they drove fast as if speed could outrun legacy. Past sleeping villas and saints crumbling in old stone chapels, they fled to their ruin by the sea, a forgotten villa where ghosts watched and secrets thrived. The fire had already been lit. Rain traced the glass like tears, but inside, warmth and want braided together. She stood by the hearth, shivering. He shrugged off his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. "They'll kill us if they find out," she said. "They already want to," he replied. She looked at him then, as if trying to memorize every part of him. His scarred knuckles, the defiant tilt of his jaw, the way his voice held sorrow like it had always known loss. And then their mouths found each other. No more words, only breath, only need. They undressed each other like prayer, slow, reverent, trembling. When their skin finally touched, it was like breaking open. Sofia moaned against his neck as he laid her down in front of the fire, her hair a crown of shadows on the rug. His hands traced the map of her body like he was trying to rewrite the world. She arched under him, whispering his name like it could save her. When he entered her, she gasped, and he kissed the sound from her lips. They moved together in a rhythm born of desperation and desire, soft at first, then hard, then aching. His fingers tangled in hers as their bodies tangled in sweat and sighs. The fire cracked beside them, a mirror of their own blaze. Every thrust felt like a rebellion, every kiss, a plea to survive this love just one more night. She cried out when she came, her back arching, body trembling. He followed soon after, burying his face in her neck, whispering, ti amo, even if it kills me." Later, wrapped in his arms, her body still humming, Sofia whispered, "I wish we could burn the world down and start again." Nico kissed her temple. "We already are. But Dawn is cruel. Dawn does not keep secrets." He dropped her 2 blocks from the De Luca estate. She kissed him like it was goodbye. Maybe it was. By noon, Palermo was bleeding. Nico stood in the Moretti war room, jaw clenched. "De Luca's boy," his father said, voice gravel and rage. "Dead. Car bomb." Nico froze. "That wasn't us." Giovanni shrugged. "Salvatore doesn't care. He thinks we struck first." Nico's blood ran cold, and he'll strike back. His father nodded. They sent a message. He tossed Nico a red envelope. Inside, a sentence. "The girl dies next." Sofia had already known. She'd heard the whispers in her father's halls, seen the guns cleaned, the maps marked. She confronted Salvatore in the dining room, voice shaking. "It wasn't them," she said. "You don't know that it was the Morettis." "You dare defend them?" her father roared. "I love him." The room fell into stunned silence. He stepped forward. slapped her hard enough to draw blood. "Then you are dead to me." That night they came for her. She was waiting. She fought like a wild thing. Took down 2 of them, escaped barefoot, bleeding, furious. She ran toward the docks where she knew he would come, and Nico did. He found the villa shattered, blood on the floor, fear in his throat. But Matteo, loyal cousin, came gasping through the storm. "She's alive," he panted. "She's running, docks." Nico ran like something sacred depended on it. When he found her, soaked, bruised, alive, it nearly broke him. She collapsed into him. They know everything. "I don't care." Together they fled, onto the stolen boat, into the sea. The city shrank, the shore blurred, but their love, it burned brighter than ever. She leaned against him, eyes heavy with loss and longing. "Where do we go now?" He looked to the horizon. Wherever blood doesn't matter. But the sea only buys you time, not peace. And love, when forged in war, always demands a final price. Like subscribe and turn on notification for more ink and intimacy stories.